Welcome to the official podcast series by Potenza, where innovation meets insight. In this series, we dive deep into the world of SAP, explore the power of robotic process automation, and unlock the true potential of data analytics. Whether you're a tech enthusiast, a business leader, or just curious about the digital transformation shaping our world, you're in the right place. Tune in, stay curious, and let's explore the future of enterprise technology together. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on YouTube for more powerful insights. Now, let's get into today's episode.
You know that feeling? You look at your desk, or maybe your inbox, and there's just this mountain of documents staring back at you. Invoices, contracts, forms, reports. It just keeps piling up. And sometimes, honestly, it feels like you're just drowning in paperwork, right? Even for really efficient teams. It's a lot. A common pain point for sure. But what if there was a way through that? Like a powerful shortcut? An intelligent solution to totally change how documents get handled, how you analyze them, how you pull real value out of them. Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. It's called Intelligent Document Processing, or IDP.
Yeah, and it's important to understand this isn't just, basic scanning
Yeah.
or even just standard OCR optical character recognition, which just turns a picture of text into actual text characters. IDP is, it's a pretty revolutionary step up. It cleverly combines different AI technologies, think computer vision, natural language processing, machine learning, automation, and the result is that it can actually understand the context of a document. It gets the meaning, extracts insights, makes smart decisions about the content. It goes way beyond just reading words or what you can do manually.
Okay, context. That sounds big.
Yeah.
Let's unpack that. So in this deep dive, we're really going to explore what makes IDP so powerful. We'll look at some key insights, things that really show off what it can do. And we'll talk about why it's becoming, frankly, a strategic necessity for so many organizations.
Right.
You're going to see how businesses are taking this thing that felt like a burden and turning it into a genuine competitive advantage.
Exactly right. At its heart, IDP uses these different AI tools working together in harmony. So like computer vision helps it see the document, understand the layout, find fields, even read handwriting. Then you've got natural language processing, which sort of reads and understands the text itself. And it doesn't matter if it's neatly structured, like in a table, or totally unstructured, like an email, or maybe a long contract. It's that adaptability that's key. It learns from all these different formats, notes, complex tables. That's where it pulls valuable info out of what looks like chaos.
Okay, and here's where, for me at least, it gets really interesting, like almost mind-blowing. Automating these tasks, the ones that usually take forever, organizations are seeing processing times just plummet. We're talking hours, maybe even days, crunched down to minutes.
Minutes, yeah, often just minutes.
And here's the kicker. They're getting higher accuracy than doing it manually. My inner procrastinator is definitely paying attention now.
Yes, that's often the case. Fewer errors, faster processing.
Okay, so let's dive into some of the core insights. You mentioned IDP understanding context, not just words. That's a big claim. Can you give us a practical example? Like, how does that contextual understanding pull out information that basic OCR would just completely miss?
That's a great question. It really hits the nail on the head about IDP's intelligence. Okay, think about an invoice. Basic OCR might just grab a string of numbers, right?
Yeah, just no.
But without context, is
Right.
that the invoice number, a phone number, maybe a date, or a quantity? You don't know. IDP, though, uses its understanding of what an invoice is, what it typically looks like, the language around the numbers. It knows that the digits next to invoice are, the invoice number. It can go further, pull out a line item description, understand the quantity, the price, link them together, even if the table format changes completely from one vendor's invoice to the next. It's interpreting the relationships between the data points, not just spotting them in isolation.
Wow. Okay, that is genuinely impactful. It's like giving common sense to document processing, which I guess leads straight to the next insight. Once IDP gets all that information, understands it, what's the next big step? How does that understanding turn into real business advantages beyond just, faster data entry?
Right. So once you have accurate, understood data, the next powerful step is automation and integration. This is where you get real workflow automation.
Yeah.
Think about, let's call him John in accounts payable. Maybe he spends half his day just keying in invoice details manually, checking for mistakes, then physically routing things for approval.
Sounds familiar.
With IDP, that extracted, validated data can automatically kick off the next action. It could send the invoice for approval instantly, update a database, maybe even queue up a payment. It frees John up to do work that requires, more thought, more strategy. And there's more. We talk about data enrichment. IDP can take the extracted info and check it against your other systems, your databases, maybe add missing details or validate what's there.
Ah, okay, so it makes the data even more useful.
Exactly. And then there are really crucial compliance features. For instance, IDP can automatically check if all the required fields on a form are filled out correctly, creating an audit trail as it goes. This massively reduces compliance risks, all without someone having to manually check every single document. These things together really streamline entire business processes.
That does sound incredibly efficient, almost
Yeah.
too easy. Are there common hurdles or challenges companies hit when they try to implement IDP? It can't be just plug and play simple, can it?
You're right to ask. It's powerful, but successful implementation definitely needs some careful planning. A common challenge is maybe starting with really poor quality documents or scans, or not being super clear up front about what information you actually need to extract. What are the goals? It's not quite a magic wand that instantly fixes messy background processes.
Right. Garbage in, garbage out still applies a bit.
To some extent, yes, especially at the start. IDP works best when organizations first take a hard look at their existing document workflows and really define what success looks like, what outcomes they want. But the beauty of it is, these systems learn. They get better over time. They adapt to new document types, new layouts, different variations. The more they process, the more accurate they tend to become. So it's an investment that really compounds its value.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's not just about the tech itself. It's about refining the whole process around the tech, which kind of brings us to maybe the final and potentially most strategic insight we wanted to cover. What does all this mean for unlocking sort of hidden value, the stuff businesses maybe didn't even realize they had locked away in all those documents?
Ah, yes. This is where it gets truly transformative, I think. Just consider the statistic you hear often. Something like 80% of business information is unstructured.
80%? Wow.
Yeah. It's sitting in emails, in contracts, reports, customer feedback notes, all over the place. And traditionally, that data has been incredibly hard, maybe impossible, to really use strategically. It's often called dark data. Just sits there.
Dark data. I like
Yeah.
that. Untapped potential.
Exactly. IDP changes the game here. By accurately pulling out and structuring this information that was previously inaccessible, well, organizations can suddenly spot hidden trends in customer feedback, or identify new revenue opportunities buried in sales reports or contracts. Improve customer service because you can instantly find relevant info from past interactions. You could even gain competitive intelligence by processing market reports much faster. It's about turning what was maybe seen as just a cost center or a compliance task into a real strategic asset.
So if we bring it all back together, intelligent document processing, IDP, it isn't just another tech upgrade, is it? It sounds more like a fundamental shift in how organizations need to think about managing information, processing documents. It lets companies really reshape how they operate, get way more efficient, and unlock completely new value from all that information they already have but couldn't easily use before.
Precisely. And connecting that to the bigger picture, IDP is really about building smarter systems. Systems that can genuinely understand information, analyze it, and then act on it in ways that directly help the business achieve its strategic goals. That includes everything we touched on, the workflow automation, the data enrichment, ensuring compliance, but also enabling faster, better-informed decisions and managing risks more effectively.
And it sounds like this space is moving fast. The evolution's only accelerating, right? We're probably going to see even better natural language understanding, handling even more complex documents, deeper tie-ins with other tech like advanced analytics or maybe even blockchain.
Absolutely. The capabilities are constantly improving. And what's really fascinating is that the companies investing in IDP today, they're not just looking at the immediate wins, like those big drops in processing time, say 70, 90%, or the improved accuracy we mentioned. They're actually setting themselves up for a lasting competitive edge in what's becoming an increasingly data-driven world.
So let's leave our listeners with this thought. What does all this mean for you? If businesses really are drowning in documents, and IDP can unlock hidden value from information that was basically invisible before, just consider what strategic assets, what insights might be hiding right now inside the unstructured data sitting in your organization's documents, just waiting to be transformed.
It really raises a critical question, doesn't it? In a world where, again, maybe 80% of business information is unstructured, embracing tools that transform how we process documents isn't just some passing trend. It feels much more like a strategic necessity, something that will likely define who succeeds in managing information effectively in the future.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Potenza podcast series, where we decode SAP, automate with RPA. and analyze with precision. We hope you found today's conversation insightful and inspiring. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and stay tuned for more deep dives into the technologies transforming tomorrow's enterprise. Got questions or ideas for a future episode? Drop them in the comments, we'd love to hear from you. Until next time. Thank you.